When I was a kid and I was at primary school, the girls used to do something, and my sisters would do it too. They'd pick a flower and then slowly torture it to death by pulling the petals off one at a time to see if somebody loved them. And you fast forward a few years and we think we've grown up, and yet still we choose all these silly, ridiculous ways to go looking for this one thing that we are still so convinced that we need in our lives. This thing that even we can say defines our lives. And we will do anything to find it. We will risk getting hurt, and we do get hurt. Even after the second, third time, we still allow ourselves to get hurt because we want to take a risk. And people take advantage of us and they hurt us. And we get into depression and anxiety when it doesn't work out, and we eat ourselves silly because something's happened and we think that love is going to escape us. We know that love is so important. But isn't it strange that we don't even know what love even is? Some will say that love is an emotion. That's a very popular idea, but it's not. I mean, if you stop to think about it, emotions come and go. And they're based on the moment, they're based on what's happening to you. So if something happens that's unjust, it makes you angry. If someone does something and you wish you had what they had, then you're envious. Emotions happen in the moment, and they happen depending on what's happening to you. Emotions are reactions, and they are fleeting. But love, well, you've loved people since the day you were born. And you will love them till the day you die, even though at one minute you might hate them. The next minute you're fearful that you're going to lose them, or even fearful of something that they're going to do to you. You can fear someone and love them at the same time. You can hate someone and love them at the same time. And while the fear and the hate and all the other emotions will come and go as they please, the love will remain. Love is not an emotion. And some will give you a more scientific answer, a more sociological answer, that love is just your genes trying to perpetuate themselves. It's driving you to reproduce because that's the goal of humanity. But why do people love their pets? I know so many people who absolutely adore animals and they can't abide anything happening to them. They will risk their lives to save animals, and yet I don't think they want to sleep with them. What if love is so much more than that? I mean, for instance, there's another one. Why do we love people who have passed on? If you've lost someone and it hurts, then you know what I'm talking about, because it only hurts to lose someone who you still love. And 10 years later, if it still hurts, it's because you still love them. Now, that doesn't serve any evolutionary purpose. That doesn't serve your genes at all. And yet, the love we have for people who are no longer here can be just as profound as the love we have for people that still are. Love defies explanation. And yet, we know, we can say, even scientifically, that love is a real thing, because we can observe it. We can observe the effects of it. We can observe that people will override any form of reason and do something that all five senses are telling them don't do. Every bit of common sense is saying don't do, but love says do, and so you do, even though it doesn't make any sense. Love explains things that nothing else does. So there's things that we don't know about love, but there's something that we do know, which is that we didn't create it. It didn't come from us. So where did it come from? Well, not the moon and the stars. It doesn't come from the universe. It doesn't come from inanimate objects. It must come from something that is capable of love. What if the fact that love exists, the fact that you feel love inside, is itself great reason to believe that God exists? He's actually the best explanation we have for why you feel love, even though you can't explain it. Consider your life and the things you've done, good and bad. We've all done good things, but we've all done bad things. We've done things where we've made a mess of things, and we've really got things wrong, and we've upset people, and some of us have hurt people worse than others, but we've all hurt people. And then we've hurt God. I mean, think about it. You've done all kinds of things that you know He wouldn't want you to do, but worse than that, you've even gone to Him and you've told Him it's His fault. Some things you can't explain happen and you blame Him anyway. Let's just blame Him for whatever. And you've cursed Him and you've sworn at Him, and you've not treated Him really very well. If you think about it, He could have said, before creating you, this one looks like trouble, let's make someone else. I mean, if He knew everything that you were going to do, every bad thing you were ever going to do, Why didn't he just say, no, let's make someone else. Let's make someone who's less trouble. But he didn't. Knowing everything that you were going to do, good and bad, and all the times you were going to shout at him, and all the times you were going to reject him, and all the times you were even going to hate him, he still decided to make you, you. No matter what you've done, no matter what you're going to do, there is nothing you can do to make him not want you to be you. If that's not love, then I don't know what is. So the fact that you feel love is really great proof that God exists. But the fact that you're you is really great proof of 3 simple words. God loves you. And never forget that.